The private clinic's presidential suite was silent, broken only by the faint hum of machines. Beneath crisp white sheets lay Malcolm Reynolds, 42, a self-made black billionaire and CEO of one of the world's largest tech corporations. For 18 days, he hadn't moved. His jet had crashed during a private flight, leaving him with a faint scar on his temple, the only visible reminder of the accident that almost ended his life. But what no one knew, not even his doctors or wife, was that Malcolm had woken up 3 days after the crash, and he had chosen to keep it that way. He lay perfectly still, breathing slow and even, listening. Because Malcolm had built his empire on one rule: never trust too quickly, and the voices outside his room confirmed why. "The board won't wait much longer," said his wife, Julia, her tone sharp despite her rehearsed sadness. "Relax," replied Victor, his half-brother and company vice president. "Once the medical report is filed, the board will declare Malcolm unfit. Then Reynolds Tech is ours." Inside, Malcolm's heart raced beneath the monitors. His suspicions were right. The plane crash wasn't an accident. That night, the door opened quietly. A young nurse entered, her steps light, her presence calm. "Good evening, Mr. Reynolds," she said softly. "I'm Maya, your new night nurse." Malcolm didn't move, but he listened. There was something different about her. No pity in her tone, no false sweetness. After checking his vitals, she sat down beside him. Her voice dropped to a whisper. "I don't know if you can hear me, but I need to tell you something. Your sedation levels are wrong, way above protocol. Someone's keeping you under intentionally." Malcolm's pulse jumped. Maya hesitated, then continued. "I'm not just a nurse. I'm a forensic neurology specialist. Someone doesn't want you to wake up, but I'll help you, even if it costs me everything." For the first time in days, Malcolm felt something other than rage. Hope. He listened as she reduced his sedation slightly, careful, precise, risking her job with every adjustment. And when she left, he knew one thing for sure. He wasn't alone anymore. Days passed. Under Maya's hidden care, Malcolm began regaining tiny movements. A twitch of his finger, a blink. They developed a secret code, one movement for yes, two for no. Through this fragile system, she learned the truth, the crash, the conspiracy, and the motive. Project Aurora, Malcolm's secret renewable energy initiative aimed at making power affordable for poor communities. The project threatened billions in profits. Julia and Victor wanted it buried, even if it meant burying Malcolm with it. But Malcolm had other plans. With Maya's help, he contacted Diana Coleman, his loyal lawyer and longtime friend, sending her encrypted messages through the clinic's internal system. Together, they began gathering evidence. Soon, Maya smuggled in a small camera, hiding it behind a medical monitor. It captured everything: Victor's late-night visits, his orders to the corrupt doctor, Dr. Lauren, and the falsified reports prepared for the board. One night, Maya brought in Dr. Chun, a respected neurologist she trusted. After a quiet, off-record examination, Dr. Chun confirmed the truth. He's perfectly capable of recovery. Someone's been keeping him under on purpose. The trap was set. A week later, Victor strode into the boardroom, his smile wide. "Ladies and gentlemen," he said confidently, "as you can see, my brother's condition is irreversible. I propose we transfer control of Reynolds Tech to new leadership, effective immediately." But as the board began to sign the documents, the doors opened. Every head turned. Malcolm Reynolds walked in, alive, steady, and furious. The silence was absolute. Julia gasped, her hand trembling. Victor's smile vanished. "Impossible," Victor stammered. You were in a coma." "Not anymore," Malcolm replied, "thanks to people who actually value human life." Diana stepped forward, placing files on the table. These are communications between Victor, Julia, and Dr. Lauren, discussing how to manage Malcolm's condition until the vote. Then Maya pressed play on the hidden footage. Victor's own voice echoed through the speakers. "Keep him sedated until the board meeting. Then we'll let nature take its course." The room erupted. Julia turned pale. Victor lunged toward the tablet, but security was already closing in. "You don't understand," Victor shouted. "Aurora will destroy our investors." "No," Malcolm said, his voice calm but sharp. "Aurora will change the world. You just couldn't see past your greed." Police entered moments later. Victor and Julia were escorted out, silent, defeated, their empire crumbling around them. Malcolm turned to the stunned board members. "This company was built on innovation and integrity," he said. "From this day forward, we remember what that means." 6 months later, Reynolds Tech had changed. The Aurora project was live, powering schools and hospitals in low-income communities. The company's profits had soared, not despite the change, but because of it. From his new office, Malcolm watched a video Maya showed him, children laughing under newly lit classrooms powered by Aurora energy. "The first pilot's a success," she said proudly. 78% drop in energy costs." "Good," Malcolm replied, smiling. "Let's make it global." Elizabeth, his friend and board ally, entered with new documents. "The Reynolds Ellis Foundation for Ethics in Healthcare is officially established," she said. Maya blinked, surprised. "Ellis? Your last name," Malcolm said. "You saved my life. It's only right your name saves others, too." As they walked through the new research wing, Maya looked around, inspired. "You could have rebuilt everything quietly," she said. "Why change so much?" "Because," Malcolm answered, "I learned the hard way that power without purpose is meaningless. True success isn't about wealth. It's about impact." He paused by a glass plaque on the wall. It read, "True strength isn't measured by how much power you hold, but how you rise when it's taken away." Maya smiled softly. "Those were my words," she whispered. "And they changed my life," Malcolm replied. That night, as city lights glowed beneath the solar panels of Project Aurora, Malcolm knew his coma had been more than survival. It had been rebirth. Because sometimes the moment we lose everything is the moment we discover what really matters.